at the size of that freaking box. That's huge, man. Can't even fit him in the frame. Move it back any further and it'll be dropping off the table. Anyway, this is a video review of the Overwatch Ultimate's Reinhardt figure from Hasbro. I picked him up at my local EB Games for around 80 bucks. It's not a bad figure, pretty massive, about the same size and weight as your normal Build-A-Figure. And coming from Hasbro, you can see all the influences in terms of the art, the action figure design and everything. But it clearly is a Blizzard character. You can see if you played games such as World of Warcraft and Diablo 3 and StarCraft, you'll recognize the Hasbro aesthetic there. I love the mix of sort of Death Knight-y, at the same time Jaeger-y feel to the character. Anyway, enough of me chatting. Let's take a look at the packaging again. Let's take a look at the accessories and let's take a look at Reinhardt. Okay, I think I'm gonna need to lift the camera here. So that's the Reinhardt packs. You can see nice image of Reinhardt on the side of the front of the package. This is a Hasbro figure of a Blizzard character from the game Overwatch. Now, just leaning it to the side. So you see, that's Reinhardt. The other side is his designation. He is a tank. The top is the Overwatch logo. And at the back, you can see other characters that are available. The assortment. You can probably fit the boxes of all 4 characters inside this one box. And I'm not lying. That's Reinhardt, he's a tank. That's his designation. He is from Germany. Yep. All I can say is this box, for its size, seems a bit thin. Even the plastic tray seems a bit thin to me. Not that it matters. I mean, it is sturdy enough to hold Reinhardt. So taking a look at his accessories, first off, it comes with this very nice hammer. And unlike the hammer that we got from the what movie was that? The Thor Ragnarok Hulk figure. This handle is very sturdy. It won't be flopping on you anytime soon. Looking at the tip of the hammer, or the head of the hammer, see all this battle damage, kinda wear and tear, which is nice. Lots of technical designs there, these pipes and all that. It's nice. It comes in this mix of gray and gunmetal, which is nice, suits the figure. I wish it had that lion logo at the top. And then it has these 3 thrusters. As you know, if you play the game, his hammer is rocket powered, just like Fallout's Super Sledge. So yeah, imagine getting hit with this thing. And this thing is pretty heavy. I mean, comparing the hammer to, say, Ant-Man here, this one is much heavier. He also comes with this, and this is the reason why the box is so huge. He comes with this shield. So if you're familiar with the game as well, this is an energy shield that he projects from his hand. There is a hole there to hold this lion emblem. So normally this is the source of this energy shield, the lion emblem there. Now speaking of the lion emblem, it's also very nicely sculpted. Nice paint on the eyes. I love how they painted the red so that it looks like there's wear and tear on the paint. It's nice, worn. the worn look of it. We'll go back to that later. And then we also get these two black plastic stands, which serves as stands for, lower my camera, focus, it's not focusing, there you go. And they serve as stands for the massive shield. Okay. Although, in fairness, you don't really need the stand if the shield is connected to Reinhardt. Now taking a look at Reinhardt here. As I said, he is a massive figure, but he is very well designed. I'll just raise my camera a little bit. Taking a closer look at Reinhardt here. He comes in this gunmetal-y type plastic. It's not painted, but the different colors of plastic, at least darker grays and this gunmetal, does well to break up the colors. It has a lot of paint detail also, like those tanks there. This thing reminds me of Pacific Rim, Jaeger. That's this nice crown, although I wish we got the alternate unhelmeted head. There's only a little bit of paint on the mask, but that's enough, I think. Again, same red paint that shows wear and tear. Number 8, I don't know what that refers to, but yeah. Nicely detailed, nicely sculpted. He has these massive hands, which are really cool. And these Russian feet. I don't know if that was a bit racist, but you know, these things remind me of like German feet. At the back, still a lot of those really nice sculpted detail. See those thrusters, so as you know, he does bull rush the opponents using that thruster there. That's usually how I get my how I see him getting killed. Players bull rushing, missing the target, and then getting shot in the back. It's really nice. Now how he interacts with the accessories, right? Normally you'd have this lion emblem here, although this is a bit of a loose fit, unfortunately. But yeah. Now normally you put the shield there, so using the same peg, you just peg that there. And then peg it there. And he holds it pretty well, as you can see. There's nothing supporting the shield. So you don't really need this per se, but I guess if you're posing him for a long period of time or something like that, might as well support it just to avoid toppling over and things like that. Now this hammer is a bit of tight fit on the hands, but it does fit. So just first time's the hardest, but once you get it on the first time, it's easier the next time. Let me just remove this. There you go. And then you push the base in so that the whole arm is holding it. And yeah, again, this is a pretty heavy hammer, but you know, it doesn't really need a lot of support, although I wouldn't recommend leaving him in a position for a long time just because of the wear and tear on the joints. If you're posing him, might as well put the hammer in a more neutral pose, or just remove it altogether. Otherwise, I mean, that's really good. Now, in terms of articulation, as you would expect for a heavily armored figure, he does have his limits, but I mean, all the poses that I want for him, I've been able to do anyway, and yeah, it's not hard to pose him. The limitations are mostly on the hips, but it's not too bad. So going through it, the head does look down a little bit, doesn't look up, but he's the biggest character in the game anyway, so he doesn't really need to look up, I guess, for the most part. You can swivel the head. It is limited by the collar, so you can't look behind, but can you? No one can anyway. So, and these shoulder pads do move up and down, giving you a little bit more room for the arms. So the arms himself can go all the way out, which is impressive given the bulk of the armor. There is a upper arm swivel, which won't go around just because of it hitting other things, but you don't really need that to go around anyway. The single jointed elbow that goes 90 degrees, a little bit less than 90 degrees, but it is enough. The hands do have a swivel and has a bit of give, up and down motion. If you've seen the intro, this allows you to dual wield the hammer to some extent, which is cool, especially for a guy his size. There is a swivel on the waist, slight tiltage. Legs go only that much out, that's the limitation. Goes only that much forward, only that much back, so that's the limit. There is a swivel. This can go up as well, though I found that this doesn't hinder anything, so I don't know why it needs to go up. Has a double joint on the knee, but it only reaches up to less than 90 degrees, which is again enough. Very heavy, which is good. He does have ankle tilt, which is a bit loose, and forward and back, which also a bit loose for this side. The other side has tighter swivel and much tighter front and back motion. So when I pose him, I tend to use this other foot as support. Not too bad articulation. Now for size comparisons, here is Reinhardt with a couple of other armored guys. So here he is with Hulkbuster Iron Man, as well as Ultra Magnus. So as you can see, he is about the same height as Ultra Magnus to the top of the head, although this guy does have the massive shoulder pads. To the tip of the helmet, he is taller, and then he is only a bit smaller than Hulkbuster here. And compared to an average 6-inch scale Marvel Legends, here he is with my buddy Paul Rudd, and of course, if you have a Lego piece, here he is with Mark Ruffalo on a scooter. Okay, so final thoughts. Should you be getting this guy? I don't know, it's really up to you. If you are a fan of the game, this guy is the best representation of Reinhardt in action figure form. The figure itself is pretty cool, as you can see. I have a few gripes, especially on the leg articulation and the looseness of the ankle, but overall I'm pretty pleased with how this figure came out. I mean, if you are a fan of Overwatch, and yes, go ahead. If you are a fan of Blizzard and you love the character designs, this is probably a good. This is probably one of the best representations of a Blizzard character that I've seen. He does work well with other figures in your shelf, so I mean, he can stand in like as a generic knight, things like that, and that's how I'm gonna display him in the shelf. But otherwise, if you're not a fan of the game, he is an easy pass, I guess. Figure itself gets a 10 out of 10 for me. This is a pretty cool figure. So yeah, I guess that's it. So that's the video review of the Overwatch Ultimate's Reinhardt figure. If you like the review, please do leave a like, leave a comment, do share the video and subscribe. This has been Grim Trigger and this has been Reinhardt. Thanks for watching.